That's as high as I can go.
Are you sure it's as high as you can go?
Yeah.
Have you tried taking some drugs?
No. Like Demi Lovato at the end of Coachella, that's as high as I can go.
Ah, that makes sense. Then she got put back into rehab again.
Did she?
I don't know, but she should have been.
Oh my.
Lock her back up.
Lock her back up? It's not a prison. Run, 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 run.
Well, it may as well be for her.
That's a good point. Oh my. Weird pee-pee coming out of the wall.
I thought it looked delicious.
Ew. That's gross.
It looks like the Alaskan bullworm from SpongeBob.
I don't know that reference, but fair enough.
There's this one episode where there's like a huge Alaskan bullworm who like eats everything in sight, and it's like terrorizing the townspeople. And Sandy comes in and she's like, "Ain't no worms gonna get past me. I wrangle lots of critters back on land." And SpongeBob's like, "You don't know, Sandy. This one's too big. You can't fight it." And she's like, "Sure, I can wrangle this tiny worm." And then they go and they find the Alaskan bullworm and she starts beating it up, or what she thinks it is. And then she finds out she actually beat up its tongue, and that the worm was like the giant cave she was standing in. And then the worm comes at them and tries to eat them. And there's like this funny ongoing joke in the episode where Patrick's like, "Why don't we just take the town and move it somewhere else?" And everyone's like, "That's a great idea!" And they spend the entire episode moving the town somewhere else for the Alaskan bullworm to not be able to find them. And then Sandy and SpongeBob, when they're running from the Alaskan bullworm, end up making the bullworm like go into this canyon where they moved Bikini Bottom. And it falls on top of Bikini Bottom and crushes it.
Oh. That's pretty funny. I actually look forward to watching that show.
I'm sorry I told you the entire episode. It's just one of my favorites. That's
okay. You're good at spoiling things.
I know. But I love SpongeBob a lot. It's one of my favorite shows ever. I also, I've always loved this one episode where he, like, falls in love with a patty. It's really yucky.
I've been adoring, yeah, kinda, I guess, watching South Park with you. Like, it's been so fun. I mean, we haven't watched in probably a few days, but it's such a good show. It's crazy to me how, like, overlooked the actual writing is. It's really funny. Like, it's not
Jay watches problematic shows that say slurs.
It's not just that it's, like, a funny show, either. It's, like, it's really well written.
Jay's problematic.
Don't care at all.
I love that show too. I think it's really, really funny. And I like that it makes fun of everyone. It doesn't just make fun of like a couple of ethnic groups, you know, to be racist. It like makes fun of literally everyone, no matter who you are, and I think that's pretty funny. Because I think people should stop taking everything so seriously and just like laugh once in a while.
I've thought that for years.
I always thought it's fun to, you know, respect your culture, but also sometimes make fun of it. Like, as an Italian person, I think jokes like you make about Ezio in the Assassin's Creed series, like, "Mamma mia, that's a spicy Mario," or something like that, or whatever the heck you guys say. Yeah. I always think those are super funny, even though, like, somebody would probably out there think that they're offensive, or if you did that about a different group, they'd probably find it very offensive that you were, like, mocking their accent. But I don't know, I just always thought those sorts of things were really funny.
Well, like I said to Nate, though, the difference with some people and me is I don't care.
That's true.
Like, if I offend you...
Get over it.
I know I'm a nice person, so it's probably a you problem. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that, like, oh, you know...
You are a very nice person, though, like, genuinely. You're always very nice to people, even when I don't think they deserve it. Like,
Well, everybody deserves you to be nice to them, but...
No, what I mean is, like, you were still very nice to that one woman at Best Buy who was being a big bitch to us. You know, and, like, you didn't want to be. You know, I could tell you were very annoyed and angry that she didn't want to give us our money back, but you were still nice and respectful to her.
Well, she was being a dick.
Yeah, and
for no reason.
It's just, you know, things like that, you definitely keep your anger and such on the inside whenever things like that happen. You know, even if you would like to be like, "Hey, you're a stinky poo-poo monster and I don't like you." But you're always very nice to people regardless.
Well, I just find it weird how people who should be nice aren't. Like, for example, people at, like, a minimum wage job. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to be a dick here. Like, to be completely honest, I don't make quite minimum wage at what I do.
Yeah, I know.
I know that probably seems stupid to people, but, like, I don't. So I'm not, like, making fun of... Okay, I'm not making fun of people for not making money, but what I'm saying is, like, you should be humble, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you are bottom of the food chain for the economy, and everybody sees you as replaceable. Like, you'd think that the very least you do is just be nice. No, you're not replaceable, I don't think. Like, I think that people mistreat those employees a lot, too. And, like, if you go into a place where people, you know, like Target or Walmart or Best Buy or whatever, where people are working for minimum wage or, like, low amounts of money, like, and you're being a dick to them, like,
I think that's really stupid and mean, unless they're being, like, mean to you first.
Right, like, that's ridiculous. But all I'm saying is, like, I know that it's gonna sound mean to someone, so, like, I'm trying to be nice, but is, like, you know, with how little the economy cares about, like, your job, right? And, like, how little anyone would stick up for you if something happened, you'd think that you'd be more humble and nice to people.
Yeah.
You know, like...
No, I completely agree with that.
To me, it would be like me calling my audience, like, a bunch of morons and, like, throwing slurs at them and stuff. It's like, well...
Why would you do that if you know...
Why are you biting the hand that feeds you?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm saying. It's like, you're being mean to the people who keep you employed.
And I also hate when people are mean to people like, waitresses and such like that, because especially, you know, waiters and waitresses don't make very much money, and they do try, typically, to be nice to you and give you a good experience at whatever restaurant you're at, and it always annoys me when people are very douchey to them. But, you know, I guess people are going to be douchey to you no matter what job you go into.
Yeah, and that's just not okay. I mean, so I don't want to sound like I'm saying, like, hey, because you're a minimum wage employee, like, your job isn't worth anything, like, you should be humble and shut the hell up. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, you know, you would... Oh my.
I guess you did open something.
You would think that you'd be nicer, considering, like, how every business you work for is, like, waiting actively to replace you at one complaint.
Yeah. That's pretty much the issue. Like, you kind of are obligated to be nice to people in a way. Like, not... You should be nice to people anyway, but you're also obligated to do it, because if you do make a couple of mistakes, they're just... These big companies are just gonna be like, well, I'm gonna find somebody else who's gonna do your job that I... you know, don't have to deal with as much trouble from.
And that's really what it is that I don't have to deal with.
Uh-huh.
Because they don't care about, like, the rest of it. It's like not wanting to deal with having problems and getting complaints and, like, possibly losing business.
I mean,
like
that's kind of why a lot of these companies will hire people from other countries too. Because they can pay them less. Because
that's what's really ridiculous.
Because, like, if you're coming from, let's say, Mexico, and you come here to get a job somewhere, and you're trying to send money back to Mexico to feed your family, our dollar here is worth a lot more than it is in Mexico, I'm pretty sure.
No, that's true.
So,
the issue, though, like, not to cut you off, is a lot of people don't know that then cost of living here is more expensive too, so it's hard to actually make that money to send back. So they come here under a false promise.
Yeah, and a lot of times, if they're trying to make that money to send it back, they might try to live at, like, some sort of shelter or something, you know? But, what I'm trying to say is a lot of times those companies will hire those people and pay them less than what they're supposed to, because those people don't care, because they think they're making a fortune, because they don't know any better. And it's just kind of messed up and ridiculous and not fair, and it's something where a lot of people blame the immigrants for these sorts of things, when really we should be blaming the big companies for wanting to hire them for a non-livable wage.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. I mean, I think... so it's fish, octopus, fish, fish. It's not matching.
Fish, octopus, fish, fish.
Yeah.
Fish, octopus.
Oh, okay, I messed up that. I thought it was not going to be fish yet. Okay.
That's okay.
Well, I just need to get this one to...
Okay, now go up again.
Now I just need to get
Crouch.
this one.
There you go.
One more.
Nice. You did
That's
it.
why that was there.
Good job.
Thank you.
It bounced. You found a key.
Also, I got a life, so I'm kind of feeling good about where we're at, even though
you have, like, no hearts?
Yeah, if I get hit once, I die, but I have 2 lives, so I'm at least confident there.
That's true. You could use a vial.
I used it.
Oh, we didn't buy more than one.
I probably should have, but I thought we needed to save our money for a bit.
Oh.
Because I don't know how this game works yet, Jill.
Oh.
Like, I don't really know, you know what I mean? Are we going to hit a point where, like, I need to buy some really expensive thing?
Oh.
And then I have no money? I don't really know. I was going to say, by the way, to what you said, though, one thing people overlook with that, too, is, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but that is illegal. Mm-hmm. So if you know about that happening, like, not, below minimum wage, like, pay. Not, like, because what you said is correct, you know, non-livable wage is paid all the time. It's paid to white people, it's paid to black people, to Latino people. I mean, if you work at somewhere like Target, and you're not, like, a manager, you have unlivable wage.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's a difference between that and below minimum wage, which some companies try and get away with too, and then get, like, huge lawsuits for, because that is illegal. You can't pay people below minimum wage. That is against the law. Mm-hmm. So, the problem, though, is that, like, minimum wage doesn't constitute livable. And I know that, like, in a perfect world, it'd be like it should, but, it would throw the economy off so bad, too, if that changed. That's the other problem, is it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mm. Like, if they changed every minimum wage job to livable wage, also, sorry, I'll say what I was going to say in a second. I thought that the lock was over here. Maybe it wasn't.
Maybe go up? I guess maybe it wasn't.
I guess it must have been back, and I'm just misremembering. But, the thing is that then the cost is passed off to the consumer, which might sound like, well, too bad, they could just deal with it, but a lot of consumers are poor.
Because if you make minimum wage go up, then all of the things in the store then go up again more, and it's just a vicious circle where then that wage is no longer livable because everything's more expensive again.
Yes.
And we have to pay for it.
Oh my gosh, really? Did I die? That was a death? How was that a death? There was a ground there.
I don't know. Maybe it was fall damage? Oh, this must be where it is.
Oh, yeah. I remember these stupid things that hit you no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Like
stinky.
This.
They're stinky dragons and nobody likes them.
This is stupid. Like, give me invincibility frames at least.
No.
You're right.
Why in the world would we do that? What do you think, this is a forgiving game?
And they won't even give me a heart there.
No.
It's just like, hey, by the way, suck it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, instant death. Cool.
You walked past the totem we could have tried to do.
Yep, I know, because I was trying to get held.
Oh. Well, risky one.
Well, if this is the future, it's not too bad. She could just lose the top, and I'm fine with whatever she's got going on. We got through the door. We're going to get our one useless gem and move on.
Why do we get gems? They are very useless.
I don't know.
Are they our money?
Yeah, they are. Oh. But I also don't know how to open that yet. I was going to ask you a question, by the way. This is a you question, sort of.
Because is it, why am I so burpy?
No. But you could answer that for us, too.
It's because I drank too much lemonade and the fizz makes me burpy.
I don't know how to time this. Okay, no, I was gonna ask you, like, why is it that you didn't like Demi Lovato? Did she do something to Taylor Swift? Is that what it was?
Yes.
What was it? What'd she do?
She was, like, super mean to Taylor Swift, if I remember right, and, like, you remember when, Scooter Braun, like, stole all of her music from her and stuff from, behind her back with the whole, like, copyright suit thing? I think he, like, bought all of the rights for it behind her back when the license was about to be renewed or something like that. I don't know the entire story. But nobody notified her that her music was being bought out from under her. And Demi Lovato, like, sided with Scooter Braun after that and was like, he's such a great guy. He's so nice to me. I think Taylor Swift's just being a bitch. And stuff like that.
Oh.
And I've always just thought kind of Demi Lovato was a bit of, I don't mean to be mean, but I always thought she was kind of stupid. I've never liked her. I liked some of her music, but I always just thought she was kind of mean and dumb, and she always seemed to not be very nice to Selena Gomez or Miley Cyrus, I've noticed, when they were, like, together on Disney Channel. Neither of them really liked each other that much, I noticed, and I think there might be a reason for it. I feel like Demi might not be a very good person at the end of the day, especially if she's going to side with somebody as awful as Scooter, who's, like, literally stealing Taylor Swift's life work. So I might sound kind of petty because I do love Taylor Swift, and I will always usually side with her on a lot of things, but I just kind of think Demi Lovato is kind of losing her mind and is not a good person, and I don't have anything against her, but I just don't like her, and I don't listen to her music, and I'm not gonna go and support her or anything, especially because I just feel like she's not a great person. She's not using her platform for good.
Do people have to use their platform for good?
I think sometimes they should, at the very least. If you are somebody who has a very big audience, you should at least try to be someone who is a good role model for people, I think.
By the way, I feel like I've tried every combination, so I'm kind of confused. Like, if you look at this, so here's Fish, right? At the top.
Mm-hmm.
Fish could match with this, 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 and that's it.
Okay.
So now when we move on to, whatever that is.
Squid.
Okay, it can match with that, or that.
Uh-huh.
Right? That's it.
Uh-huh.
Now when we move on to Snail, it can match with itself.
Uh-huh.
Or Fish.
Uh-huh.
Or Squid.
So, you know what I think the issue is here? I think we're going to have to drop another block from the top up there, and that we're going to have to keep going, because the other one broke when we tried to spin it. So we're going to have to find another block and put it up there.
Maybe I didn't know how to do that.
I think we got to keep going.
This is a really irritating part.
But yeah, I guess what I was trying to say is I think if you're going to be somebody who has a very big audience and platform, I think you should try your best to at least be a good role model and a good person for the most part. Because I really hate when shitty people get into these big roles and then kind of enable other people to be shitty. I just don't think the world should be full of shitty, mean people who don't do anything good for the world. And I feel like if you have a big audience where a lot of people listen to you, you are kind of obligated to be, at the very least, a decent person.
I think that it's annoying when shitty people get into good positions, but the problem is that, like, I think that that's only one step removed away from cancel culture type stuff, where it's like, I have decided who is a good person and who isn't, you shouldn't be in this position type stuff. I think people very easily jump too far to that. Like, for example, I have yet to see a piece of evidence that Kevin Spacey, touched somebody.
Yeah.
Like, I just have yet to see it. Now,
Yeah.
maybe it's out there, but no one has provided good evidence for that. But people have decided in the court of public opinion, at least a lot of people, that he's guilty. You know? So, like, what's up with that?
I've never liked the court of public opinion too much, but I do think you're allowed to support and not support whoever you want. I'm not saying I'm gonna go, like, get Demi Lovato fired. Like, all the power to her. She can make as much music as she wants and spend her money however she wants, and do whatever she wants with her life. I'm not about to go, like, ruin her livelihood.
You should.
And I kind of think it's silly when people do that, but I think you're allowed to pick and choose which celebrities you want to give your money to and which you don't.
I wasn't even talking about who you support. I was just talking about people in general who...
Yeah, but I agree with you.
I can't make this jump.
I've always thought that cancel culture was very stupid.
Well, but it's not real, Jill.
It kind of is.
But it doesn't exist, Jill.
Look, I told you we'd find another thingy. We have to get it up there somehow.
Do we, or do we have to do this?
Oh, I guess you're right.
Just an idea. Oh my, I thought it would go down there.
I thought it would too, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it goes elsewhere. Go over... Oh.